Detective Marcus Johnson had seen his fair share of crime scenes in his career, but this one was particularly gruesome. The victim, a young woman named Emily, had been found in her apartment, brutally beaten and strangled to death. As Marcus surveyed the scene, he couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. Emily was a well-liked member of the community, with no known enemies or criminal connections. Marcus knew that this case would be a tough one to crack, but he was determined to find the killer and bring them to justice. Over the course of the next few weeks, Marcus and his team worked tirelessly to gather evidence and interview witnesses. They combed through CCTV footage, analyzed DNA samples, and spoke to Emily's friends and family. Despite their best efforts, however, the case remained unsolved. Every lead they pursued seemed to hit a dead end, and Marcus began to feel the weight of failure bearing down on him. One day, however, a new piece of evidence came to light. A neighbor had reported seeing a suspicious person lurking around Emily's apartment building on the night of the murder. The neighbor was unable to provide a detailed description, but they did remember the person wearing a distinctive hoodie. Marcus and his team immediately set to work, scouring the area for any clues that could lead them to the suspect. After several days of investigation, they finally hit pay dirt. A local clothing store had recently sold a hoodie matching the neighbor's description. They were able to track down the purchaser, a young man named Michael, who had a criminal record for assault. Marcus and his team brought Michael in for questioning, and after hours of interrogation, he finally cracked. He admitted to being in the area on the night of the murder, and even admitted to seeing Emily that night. However, Michael claimed that he had nothing to do with Emily's death. He said that he had seen another man lurking around the building, and that he had been too scared to confront him. Despite his protestations of innocence, Marcus and his team were able to gather enough evidence to charge Michael with Emily's murder. The trial was a long and arduous process, but in the end, justice was served. Michael was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. As Marcus walked out of the courtroom that day, he felt a sense of relief wash over him. He had finally brought Emily's killer to justice, and he knew that she could finally rest in peace. Despite the dark nature of his job, Marcus knew that this was why he became a detective, to help bring closure to families like Emily's and to make the world a little bit safer.